Actually, in 2003, Ashwa started off with building our first combustion prototype, and we've been making one every year since. But in 2015, we wanted to expand into making a hybrid car because we believe electric is the future, and hybrid vehicles are the sort of transition to an all-electric future. That's why we wanted to work on build a hybrid vehicle. And also further, we feel hybrid is the best of both worlds, where you have the power of a combustion engine itself, and you also use an electric motor and batteries, which are a renewable source of energy. So this year we made a pretty big change in our car itself. So from the last few years, we've been making something called a series hybrid car. In a series hybrid car, what happens is that the combustion engine recharges the energy in the batteries, and the electric motor is what drives the wheels. This year, the new innovative change that we've made is that our car is able to run on a combustion engine as well as an electric motor. The driver has the ability to choose which power mode he wants to run on based on the situation that he's in currently. So some new features that we have this year is, firstly, we've implemented something called a DAQ, which is a data acquisition system. Using this, our car has a lot of different sensors, and what information the sensors collect can actually be transmitted back to, let's say, the engineer sitting in our workshop itself, and all the information that the car gets from its sensors is actually recorded, and we can use this to better fine-tune our car and to test other parts of the car itself. Plus, this year we've gone to a brand new brakes assembly. We've redesigned our whole brake setup. It's a much more effective setup. Plus, we've changed our whole powertrain itself to incorporate a new parallel hybrid, where the driver can choose which power mode he wants to drive on. My batch, which is currently the students that are coming to their fourth year now, we've just started our fourth year, comprises of 29 students. In total, in Ashwa Mobility, we have about 125 students that are currently working. Was funding ever an issue? Yes, during COVID, funding did become an issue for a while, but as you can see, we have a lot of sponsors that have been supporting us for a long time, and in the COVID situation itself, we had to convince our sponsors and show them that we're still motivated. Even though we might not be able to access the workshop for a while, we're still as determined for the project, and we will still continue working. And after that, funding wasn't such a big issue. I would say the main product that Ashwa Mobility makes is not the car itself, but is the students that we train. The aim of Ashwa Mobility is to train students to be good industry-ready engineers who, when they finish their 4 years of engineering and sort of go into the industry, stand a cut apart everyone else who's done engineering, to say. So we don't have any plans in the near future to sell this technology to any commercial car makers. But in one of our competitions, that's the Formula Bharat competition, which our combustion car goes to, we have an event called the business plan presentation. The goal of that event sort of is to market your car like it's a commercial product, right? Like it's something you would sell. So for that event, we definitely do prepare our car as a product that we could sell to, let's say, commercial companies out there. So I definitely agree that electric is the future, but if you see currently, there are still a lot of issues with electric cars that haven't been sorted. In terms of, one, their range isn't very great, they aren't very affordable to the general public right now, and there's a lot of innovation that still has to be done in battery technology and in motor technology also. That's why we believe hybrid cars are the current need of the hour, because they're a transition between the conventional petrol or diesel vehicles to the electric future. But currently we need a vehicle that fits in the middle of both for the transition phase, and that's where I feel hybrid vehicles come in, because they're the best of both worlds. You get the reliability of a petrol engine, plus you get the, let's say, the environment friendly advantages that you get from a normal electric vehicle also. So for our hybrid race car, we take our hybrid race car to an event called Formula Hybrid, which happens every year in the US in April and May. What this event actually requires is it's a design challenge, where they require us to build a hybrid racing prototype from scratch, and the kind of learning that we get from this event is massive, because apart from just the technical knowledge that we learn, we also learn a lot of life skills like how to manage a team, how to raise a lot of funds for your team, how to manage your team, how to actually arrange for the logistics of the car itself, how to change your plan if things go wrong, because as a student team we do face a lot of uncertainties, how to actually go to event and actually perform, how to test our own prototype. And in terms of the technical knowledge, we make everything here in-house, right? So we actually ideate the design ourselves, then we actually design it, we analyze it, then we get validation done from industry professionals, then we actually manufacture, we assemble the car itself, and then we actually test the car, and then finally we take it to the event. And it's all done in-house, and all the growth is very organic. Ashwa Racing started off in 2003 by building combustion racing vehicles. After this, in 2015, we felt that it's a need of the hour for us to diversify. So we started building out the hybrid racing vehicle, and now we're also building electric race cars. Further, about 2 or 3 years back, we started working on something called the OSV, which is an open source vehicle. It's a smart 2-seater passenger vehicle whose aim is to sort of solve the crowded mobility problem that's there in all the big cities right now. This vehicle is going to be an autonomous driving vehicle with a lot of other features that the driver can make a use of. And this vehicle is going to debut at the end of this year, and we plan to have it running for the launch event that we have. That's probably going to be in the starting of next year in probably January. We're going to take the OSV to Turkey for the TubiTac Efficiency Challenge, which is a competition that happens there. Apart from this, we've also started off by making 2 new projects this year, which we plan to debut by next year. The first one is a combustion as well as electric bike, and it participates in a competition called Motor Student that's held in Spain. And the next one is we're planning to make a Hyperloop pod for the Hyperloop pod competition that is organized by SpaceX and Elon Musk, as well as for the European Hyperloop Week that happens in Europe. What the aim of the Hyperloop pod is to actually, it's a very fast sort of travel between 2 cities, and we definitely think that this is going to be one of our flagship projects going forward.
If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel.